Okay, y'all. Here we go. Another day. I told y'all every day that passed by, some more new information comes out about the Karmelo and Austin situation. And y'all, each time something comes out, it's worse than the last. Worse than the last, y'all. Now, we've been hearing rumors about, he was sick. He had, an illness, epilepsy, and stuff like that. But y'all, this really even makes them look even worse that they were bullying somebody that had something like this. Y'all, this is crazy. A lot of celebrities are, coming forth talking about the situation and seeing what they can do to help. Y'all, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And Mr. Jeff, this makes you look even worse. Okay, this is what this makes you look like. And we are going to talk about it. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day ones, twos, threes, and fours, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, y'all. Every day something is coming out, and it is making these people in Texas, this judicial system in Texas look really, 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 really bad, y'all. And people are not letting up on this story. Free that baby up out of there, y'all. Free him. Because right now it's looking more and more like this was a straight up setup, y'all. Straight up setup. Now they're releasing allegedly the picture. I have the picture. Allegedly, this is the one who lured him. The one that I'm going to put up. He lured him to the tent. And to be honest with y'all, I'm going to say this. This reminds me of them Lifetime movies, or, them after school movies with people being bullied and this and that and this. And then, bullies, setting up a play, like on Carrie when they didn't like Carrie. Remember the movie? And, the people got together, invited her to the prom and all of that stuff. Even made a prom queen just to embarrass her, just to make her look bad. And this reminds me of this type of situation, y'all. You can't sugarcoat it. He was invited to a tent by somebody that is friends with this guy right here. And somebody that clearly didn't like him from the start. And allegedly he is kinfolks to Karmelo's girlfriend. You can't make this up. And they're saying that they are Mexicans. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what the streets are saying. The streets are saying that these are Mexicans. That Karmelo was dating a Mexican. And this is her brother or cousin or something like that. Yeah, y'all. And word on the street is he did not like him at all. This is what the streets are saying, y'all. And it's making them all look really, really, really bad. The more information that's coming out, and you can see the resemblance. Y'all can see the hair color, everything. They look just alike. This is the female that Karmelo was dating. And this is her kinfolks that lured him into that tent. And this guy is friends with Karmelo now. And his twin. And like I said, this remind me of those little after school pictures of little pretty boys that's all hang out together and, be looking for trouble and looking for something to get into or somebody to embarrass or humiliate or this and that and this. And this is what they live for. Word on the street. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Due to the fact now people are pushing the issue that Karmelo was an epileptic, that he had seizures and stuff like that. He was on pharmacy stuff. Yes, y'all. He was on meds he took for his illness. He had something that was worse than regular, epilepsy. Because they're saying that he had multiple unprovoked seizures. And this is why he had to take medicine, y'all, pharmacy stuff, to, get a handle on all the seizures that he was having. Y'all, Lord have mercy. Word on the street is, Karmelo couldn't fight, y'all. He couldn't fight. Now, if somebody back you into a wall, a corner, yeah, you're going to swing or do something, or you're going to, if you're epileptic, you could even have a seizure. Because fear or sudden, situations like this is what would trigger it, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know how they could sleep at night, to be honest with y'all. Not only did you mess up this child's life, that this child didn't mess with nobody. He had an illness that he could not get into altercations like this. That's why they couldn't find no information on him that he get into like fights or anything like that, because he couldn't. It could set off his seizures. And they're also saying that what he had in his pocket was not considered a knife. It was considered a tool. You know how you have those little flip outs and they have like multiple things on there, like a little screwdriver, and they're real tiny, but you can do different stuff if you wanted to, do something quick. You got to take a picture down or something like that. You got a little screwdriver and different little gadgets on the little key thing. This is what he had, y'all. It wasn't a knife the way they act like it was, like he just brought a weapon to school. It was a tool, y'all. Lord have mercy. It's so much stuff coming out right now. I don't understand why they are not doing an emergency release of this kid right now, y'all. I don't understand it. It's crazy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And it looks like they've been together for a while, because if you look at this picture right here, he has a lot of hair on his head. Okay, this is when he was arrested. If you look at this picture with her and him, his hair is short here. So he been with this female for a while. And I'm going to ask y'all this question. Okay, y'all let me know in the comment section. Due to the fact that they have been together so long, that he done grew hair out and stuff, okay? Him and his girlfriend. That, her family members didn't want her with him. You think she didn't know that he was an epileptic, y'all? That he had seizures. You think she didn't know that? And I'm going to ask y'all this question. You think she didn't tell her family members that he have seizures or stuff like that? You think she didn't tell them? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Do y'all think that they knew about his medical issues because of her? And this makes them look 20 times worse. Because I do believe, and it's my personal opinion, that they knew about him and his condition. And this makes them look way worse, y'all, that the school bullies got together to pick on a kid with epilepsy, y'all. Now, usually white people, they be sensitive to stuff like this. But word on the street is the lawyer presented this in court, and they didn't care. They had no sympathy at all. At all. For a child with epilepsy. Y'all, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. And they can show their face now. You picked on a child with a disability. And the crazy part about it, y'all, is these are kids that know karate and stuff, okay, y'all? Professional in wrestling and all of that mess. This is what the twins were into. So out of all of the people to pick on, you decided to pick on somebody that was had a disability. Y'all, you can't make this up, y'all. And word on the street is, they made him get a haircut. This is what's going around. That they made Karmelo get a haircut the first time. And this is when we saw him in this picture. But they turned around, and when they sent him to, allegedly, wherever else that they sent him to, and they cut his hair, they said that they was roughing him up when they was cutting his hair, y'all. They said he got all kind of gashes in his on his skin from them cutting his hair again. This is what they're saying, that he got marks on his head from them, shaving his head really, really rough, y'all. They're picking on a person that has multiple unprovoked seizures at any time. And word on the street is his father said he had to take his medicine up there to him. You mean to tell me that you came and got somebody that's on medication and you didn't take the medication with you when you even arrested him and took him in custody? I'm sure the parents and everybody told y'all that he needed this pharmacy stuff. The daddy had to make sure he had it because the jail didn't, y'all. They didn't even care. They just wanted him by any means necessary. You get a bunch of bullies and they go pick on somebody. Now it makes sense to him saying it was two people that came up on him and he probably didn't pay no attention to the other two that was on the side of him, y'all. He could have just reacted to, you know what I'm saying? And just focus on those two big ones that came up on him. And you know what people are doing? They are putting up, you know how they did the enactment with, Trayvon Martin and all that stuff. People are doing a reenactment post now. And they're showing a little white boy sitting there on the bleachers and two big old giant black guys come over there to intimidate him to make him move. And they're saying would have been the same outcome. We all know the answer to that, y'all. We know. It would not have been the same outcome. Y'all, if something happens to him in this jail, he have a seizure or anything goes wrong with him in that jail, y'all, it is going to go down, y'all. They are going to sue so many people that it's not going to make any sense. And this is another thing that I hope people are doing. Wherever it is that they're moving him around to and this and that and this, make sure that they have a list of names of people that works there. So you can get everybody's name. Because I have a feeling that it's not going to be an inmate that tried to do something to him. It's probably going to be a guard or something like that. That's my feeling. Okay, y'all? Because word on the street is there are people on the inside saying, they got his back. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying that there's a lot of white guys that's in the jail. They ain't even thinking about Austin and the whole situation. They're not. They could care less, y'all. But people are putting rumors out there that, there's a hit on Karmelo right now. And the people in the jail said, ain't nobody trying to put no hit on him. It ain't going to come from no inmate. That's basically what they're saying. So when they say that, you have to also think about the guards. So people have, if you have people that work in this prison, because we're hearing that we know a few people that work in that is in the prison system, okay, where he is. Make sure that they're telling you all the names of the guards and stuff like that. Everybody that's come through there, that's in there and around him. The doctor, the nurse that's in there. Make sure that everybody has the list of the people that's in there, because that's going to be so very important. Okay. People shows their true colors on social media. They're kids. People going to have to, pay attention, because we saw that the apple don't fall far from the tree. After the guy got his sentence that he wanted, he done jumped on social media and he's letting his true colors out now. Okay, so don't think for 1 minute that people that work at these prisons don't show their true colors and this and that and this. That's why I say make sure that the inmates are taking the names. Y'all. We got to keep up with everything that's going on with this kid. For real. Okay? This makes things 20 times worse. That this kid had a tool in his pocket. A pocket tool set. It wasn't nothing, a little flip out, and you have a little screwdriver or something like that. It wasn't nothing. And they said that it wasn't even but about 2 inches. This is what people are saying, y'all. This is what they're saying. Something he had in his pocket. He probably grabbed it out of there because he was scared. And there's a possibility that he could have went into a seizure and passed away. Because they say if you go into seizures, you can pass away from seizures. And he, on the other hand, had multiple seizures at a time. And this is who they chose to pick on, y'all. The big bad wolves of Collin County. Y'all can pick nobody else. Y'all have to pick on somebody that has all of these issues going on with them. And people are digging in their backgrounds and all of that. Y'all, it's not looking good. The DA, they settled on a case with him not being able to keep his fingers to himself, y'all. And they settled on a case that over $1 million. Of course, he's denied doing anything, not being able to keep his hands to himself. But why would they settle if he didn't? All of their dirt coming out too, y'all. And every day, like I said, there's more dirt, more and more and more and more dirt coming out on this whole inner little circle, y'all. This is so crazy on so many levels. They're bringing up the judge little background, that this is a pattern with him, with people of color. They get like the short end of the stick every time they come in his courtroom. And word on the street, y'all, he did an interview right after they sentenced Karmelo. Like he did something big, y'all. You're looking like a fool right now. You're looking like a judge that, have gotten away for years. Years. I told y'all, stuff happens for a reason. This man, word on the street, they gotten away with stuff like this for years. And now you do this to Karmelo. And it got a huge spotlight on all of them now. Because self-defense is on the table 20 times fold now. Because you're talking about a kid that has epilepsy that takes pharmacy stuff to control it. Somebody that can't get into fights because it could set off his seizures. Now that goes to show you this ain't somebody that's running around picking on somebody, y'all. Yeah, Lord have mercy. This is what the big bad. They shouldn't even have a smile on their face. They should look like the fool that they are looking like right now. And the daddy got on here, talked all his stuff. News people even talked about, the gorilla in the room. Let's address the gorilla in the room. I thought it was the elephant in the room. I didn't know if it was the gorilla. But the news lady said this, y'all. I mean, y'all already know. It was seeping out of their skins. They couldn't wait for something to pop off like this so they could let everybody know what they really about, y'all. What they're really about. I can't believe this. This guy right here he got the nerves to show his face on TV and stuff. This guy that don't like people of color said that they came on the boat to, and they came to work for them and they give them money and this the guy right here, y'all. Brought up all kind of dark stuff, okay? He sent his boys to school to learn judo. So people wouldn't, so they can have an upper hand on somebody, so they can know how to fight. The very thing that Karmelo can't even do. Because it sets off his seizures. He can't get into fights. He sent his sons to learn how to fight judo, y'all. And they said they're good at it too. His twins. They're good at this. And the only person that y'all could line up was a person that could have possibly went into a seizure and not been able even to fight y'all back. This is who y'all choose to pick on? Every day, they're looking smaller and smaller and smaller. He thought he was going to come out here and boast and make himself look good. Every person that's running around here saying, he's going to get attacked in the jail. They're going to do him dirty. This and that and this. This is who y'all want the people in jail to do dirty. Somebody that have seizures. Multiple seizures. Somebody that was minding their own business. Somebody that was tricked into the tent, y'all. By his girlfriend's family member. This is who. And to be honest with y'all, if that post that was put up about I I dare a monkey to show up to the track meet post. If that was put up before the track meet, this was premeditated, y'all. This attack was premeditated. If that post is the truth. And y'all know how people play around with stuff, and you know how this case has been going in the first place. You don't know who to believe in, this and that and this. That's why I say, if that post was real, of Austin putting up that he dare a monkey to show up to the track meet. This whole thing was premeditated. This whole thing was planned. And I'm going to ask y'all again. Do you think Karmelo's girlfriend knew about his health issues? They had been together for a while. If she know, did he know? The one right here in the black. He looked like he up to no good. Cutie pie. So is Austin. Cutie pies. But cutie pies that keep up shitica. This is crazy. I don't even know how the people in that tent, I don't know how the cheerleaders, everybody can sleep at night knowing that an innocent child is in jail right now. A sickly innocent person is in jail right now. That was minding his own business, y'all. Minding his own business. And they approached him. And this one brought him in there. It changed his story and said, he ain't my friend. And the parents and everybody had to pull, the defense team had to pull out pictures showing that he did know him. They had pictures together and everything at his house and all that stuff. If you lied about that, even knowing him, they didn't think these kids was going to lie about other things? Or did they not care? The jury didn't even care that he had a medical condition. They didn't even care about that neither. See, this is why they didn't want no cameras in a courthouse. Because the things that they only was heartfelt about, them showing that he had a piercing in his chest that he wouldn't have never had if he wouldn't have never plotted and planned on attacking him in the first place. He wouldn't have had that. That's the only thing that, they showed emotional when they saw the picture and saw the wound. But they had no feelings for a child that's sick. No history of picking on nobody, ever having a fight ever in their life. But they do. And I guarantee you, this one does too. And I hope when they do this appeal, they go digging down his little background too. The one that invited him to the tent. Because I guarantee you, birds of a feather flocks together. And if he hung out with them, he was probably getting in trouble too. I guarantee you, they're going to find something on him too. Y'all, when I tell you this stuff crazy, this is crazy. And the daddy got out here and talked his talk. You are the reason that your son is not here. And you look just as bad as your sons do. That they were picking on somebody that is sickly. And you want to get on here and boast about, he's never getting out of there. He's never this. He's never that. This made y'all feel good. Y'all are the laughing stock of the world right now. That it took all of y'all to set up something, to send two people to go and keep the coach, distracted, and then y'all one to pull out the camera, and the other ones. And this is probably why he said only two approached him. One pulled out a camera, so he ain't even see him as, whatever. And the other one to the side, he probably didn't pay him no attention because these two big ones was in his face. And after the tussle and he gets stuck, he runs. And this one right here that invited him in the tent was the one that was chasing him, y'all. This one right here that invited him. Make it make sense, y'all. Was he even going to make it out of that tent? What if they would have jumped him and he went into a seizure? What they was just going to say, oh, he had a seizure in the tent? They weren't going to say they jumped him. They was going to leave that part out. This is crazy, y'all. The more stuff comes out, the more this is ridiculous that they have not let him up out of there yet, y'all. I don't understand why people want these big lawsuits against them. Because this is going to be a huge one, y'all. The people running around here talk about, oh, the mom and the daddy broke, and they're laughing at them because they didn't have to move several times. And get this, word on the street, they didn't even want to give them the GoFundMe money. Yes, y'all. They didn't even want to give them the GoFundMe money after people sent that to the family. This goes to show you how everything is set up against them right now. But watch how God works, y'all. They gonna end up getting millions of dollars from this lawsuit that they put on their tail when they get him up out of there. Watch and see. And they're going to be living comfortable then. The very people that you all were hating on because you hated to see them out there with y'all because y'all feel like, black people don't deserve nice things. Only y'all. A lot of y'all feel like that. And it don't go that way. A lot of people's talking about this lawyer. But was his hands tied, y'all? Was it? But the thing of it is, if your hands was tied, why didn't you go to the parents and say, this is going to be a rough one because they're cutting me off every which way that I turn? Huh? He put in he brought that to court that he was sickly. They didn't care. They had their minds already made up. It would be nice to hear from this lawyer. We done heard from the judge. He done gave an interview. They act like they getting clout off of this. But all of them is looking stupid right now. All of them. Why haven't we heard from the lawyer? If the judge can give an interview, if the parents is giving interviews, if the daddy is giving interviews, why ain't the lawyer saying anything, y'all? Is he scared? Was he threatened? Because they should be pulling up these kids' phone records, to be honest with y'all. They should be pulling up their phone records. If there was any back and forth calling from that Karmelo's girlfriend's family member and them before and after, they should be trying to figure out what they were talking about. And checking their text messages and stuff like that. That's what they should be doing. Because y'all think these kids didn't discuss and talk about everything that went down. Y'all think that they didn't boost and brag about it. Think again. Because this is what they do. This is what they do when, little demons get together and they try to take out somebody innocent. That's what they do. They brag, y'all. They brag. Do it seem like the father is so upset, y'all? Or do it seem like he could not wait to call him all kind of watermelon and grape drinking and grape juice drinking and pop drinking and whatever they say, chicken eating? He couldn't wait to get out here and say the things that he's saying right now. Your son went out bad. Your sons went at a sick child. A sick, 135-pound, sickly child. 2 judo professionals. You know how that makes y'all look? Real bad. It don't make y'all look good at all. And the more you talk, the more we know that you ain't taught them nothing. You ain't taught neither one of them boys nothing. And the other one is headed for the same direction as the other one. Somebody gonna do something to him too. somebody that he goes and try to do something to, they're going to jack him up too. Because this is what you taught them. That bullying is okay. That to hate somebody because of the color of their skin. And yeah, I know it was a couple. Yeah, y'all don't have to leave it in the comment section. Oh, it was 2 black guys or 1 or 2 black guys that testified too. Yeah, they just some token ones. That's all. You think they like them? No, they don't. They talk about them too behind their backs. They just stupid. They trying to be in with the in crowd. And if you thought that they were going to get on the stand and go against their friends, they so-called friends, and testify in, Karmelo's favor, think again. They got to go to school there. You don't think that they weren't going to start having problems? That they families were going to have to move too? So yeah, they're going to get up there and say what everybody else in that tent said. That's what they were going to do. These people in this Collin County were so jealous of these 2 right here, y'all. They love it when, we have couples that's out here cheating on each other and acting a fool and walking the streets and looking crazy and hooked on stuff. They love that. But when y'all out here and you're a family, taking care of your kids, bringing them up right, he's going home, he's seeing to his wife, he ain't running the streets with everybody, and he's trying to see to his kids. Make them, do their homework. Make them have some type of morals. Teach them not to pick on people. They couldn't stand that. Instead of being glad that they got a family of color in their neighborhoods that's not acting a fool, they were jealous of them. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it, y'all. This was pure jealousy. And this ain't the first time, y'all. Do y'all remember him? Delani Day? Remember him, y'all? He was studying to be a doctor. And if I'm not mistaken, his father was sick. That he was either doing, I think he was giving him, a blood or something like that. He was doing something. But his dad was sick. Ring a bell? He came up missing, y'all. And then all of a sudden they found the body. And then they were showing pictures of, he used to be around here. And we seen him come out of there. And we ain't see him no more. And his mother, to this day, is saying it was foul play, y'all. Delani Day update. Mother believes Illinois State University graduate student demise was foul play. You think it wasn't? Handsome, too, y'all. You think these white boys ain't getting jealous? And now you see it ain't just the white boys. This little Mexican is the one that lured him there. What you think lured him somewhere? Huh? What you think lured him wherever that he ended up at? Who you think lured him there? One of his little white friends or somebody? Same situation, y'all. We are being targeted. The ones that don't want to do nothing with themselves and stay in the hood and fight over blocks. They sending the music at y'all. Then y'all hear Bone Thugs and Harmony and other rappers come forth and say, yeah, they had a meeting for us to push this type of music out. You know why? So y'all can fill the prisons up. They get paid off of that. So y'all can take each other out. Listen to these music. Do all the street pharmacy stuff. Get zooted up. And go at this person and that person. Or rob this person because this is what they're rapping about. They coming at your babies with the music. They're using these rappers to mess their heads up. You got the nasty reds that's telling these little girls out here Don't use no protection. When you out here mingling and tingling, you don't got to use nothing. They coming at them that way. And then if you blessed enough to send your child to college, they coming at them that way. They're not even letting them finish. They taking them out in the last years when they're getting ready to graduate and get their degrees. You think they ain't sitting back watching him thrive in these schools? You think they wanted to see this handsome young man come out that college and become a doctor? You thought they wanted to see that? No, they didn't. They threw a monkey wrench right in it, y'all. They couldn't stand to see it. The jealousy is through the roof. Y'all got to be careful when you're going away to these colleges. You have to be careful, or who you call yourself being friends with. Or is this even the place to pick a friend? These sororities, you got to be careful with these sororities. Because a lot of people say it ain't nothing but like a cult, their own self. I don't know. But this is what they're saying. Word on street. This is what they're saying that they're like. People that got out of it. Or people that experienced it. This is what they're saying. So you have to be careful who you even picking as a friend when you're going to these colleges. You got to pay attention. Keep your eyes open. When you're walking through the halls and you're this and that, pay attention to who's watching you. Or following you around. But the best way to get to you is befriend you and make you think that you all good. You in the in crowd, invite you to a party or two and this and that, and loosen you up to think that you all good with them. And then they lure you off somewhere. This is what they do. This is how they get you. This right here, I was still mad about this. And now here we go again. You got a sick child, y'all. That two bullies that done went to school for judo. That daddy clearly don't like people of color. They kept everything important out of the court. And the stuff that they did put in, they didn't care. Because they had their mind made up already, y'all. Lots of celebrities right now is coming forth. And I have to give people credit where credit is due. Cardi B is she is speaking out about this like crazy. Okay, y'all? She says, this is what she learned something from this whole situation. Learn something from this. I learned to tell my sons, if a white boy is arguing with them, don't argue with them. If a white boy approached them, don't argue with them. Okay? Don't argue with no white boys. This is what people are telling the children now. Don't argue with them. She says, baby, ain't no law protecting you. It's only the law that protects white people. And it's been there for a long time. That's why they feel like they're so special. And I have nothing against white people, but the truth is the truth. This is why they feel like they're better than everybody. Because the laws get bent when it comes to them. That's why you try to tell people that's dating, somebody of that race, be careful. Because the very first time, or second or third time, that you get into them and they tired of you, or an altercation take place, when the police come, who you think they're going to believe? And that's when you're going to see that this person was never in your corner from the first place. That's when you're going to see what everybody keep telling you over and over and over again. And when they lure you somewhere where everybody that you looking around is the same color of them, ain't nobody your race around, be careful. Be very careful. You are sitting in the middle of the lion's den. And that's the truth. I ain't saying all. But they show you the signs. They really truly do. They show you the signs. It's some that they sweet as can be. But the ones that's not, oh, you know the signs. Oh, you do. And the only person that don't listen is the person that's dating them. They don't see it until it's too late. And that's the truth. Cardi B said, ain't no law protecting you if something goes down with them. This is what she's saying. That's what she learned from this. She's very outspoken about this whole situation. Any mother would be. Especially somebody that has a child that's sickly. They can do whatever they want to you, when they want and how they want. And the more these days going by, the worse that they look, y'all, that they rush this like that. They didn't want the real information out here to the world. They didn't want it. They put a gag on it and they try to rush through that trial so fast that so none of this information would come out. Now that the trial is over, it's all coming out. The gag is up. And it's making them look smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's making Karmelo look bigger and bigger and bigger. And the issue looking bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's making Austin and his brother, his daddy, that judge, them jurors, all of them. It makes all of them look bad, y'all. It really does. And Cardi B ain't the only one that's coming forth saying something. Young Miami, she done came forward. And she's stepping out against this mess as well. Shout out to her. D.L. Hughley, I can't stand him. But at the same time, I'm going to give him his flowers because he's speaking against this as well, y'all. Okay? Charleston White, like I told y'all, he done came out. He's coming out swinging. Talking about this situation. Where are the other ones? Where is everybody else? I don't understand it. You mean to tell me nobody is going to say anything? Sierra, all of these people? Where are all these people now? Dame Dash, Jay-Z's, where's everybody? Y'all don't see what's going on? Nobody has nothing to say. Remy Ma, come on, where y'all at? Or it's not y'all problem. Is this how y'all feel about the situation? It's not y'all problem. Word on the street is, y'all. Another thing I just learned. Word on the street is Austin Metcalf. He's been accused of graping and strawberrying somebody. Y'all. Word on the street. He has a grape, yes, y'all, allegation against him. So he not only was out here getting in trouble and fights and all kind of stuff. Word on the street is he took that. Oh, yeah, y'all, we got a little ditty on our hand as well. Word on the street. I'll take that. Now, I don't know. I'm going to say allegedly, but this is what they saying. And I don't see nobody making that up. I'm just saying, y'all. I just don't. But y'all let me know how this make y'all feel that Karmelo Anthony has multiple unprovoked seizures and he could not get into no pause session. Ain't this something? Now do it look more and more like self-defense to y'all? Because that's what it looks like to me and a whole lot of others, y'all. Y'all, they better free that man. They better free this young man because I'm telling y'all, they are not going to like the wrath that's going to come from this. It's going to be bad, y'all. For real, for real. The lawsuits, the everything is going to be horrific. And it's going to put a hurting on them, y'all. And I ain't lying. This is crazy on so many levels, and more information that's coming out, the worse it looks on their side. And somebody dropped a serious ball, but they thought that they could do this over and over and over again to people, so they figured they could do it to him, and that people wasn't going to stand up. Every day different celebrities is coming out. Every day other people are coming out standing up against this. This ain't going nowhere no time soon, y'all. And everything that they do is going to be, watched. People going to go over their backgrounds with a fine-tooth comb. And I'm sure as soon as they find out the name of the gal who lured him to that tent, they're going to be trying to find out everything about him as well. And I bet you any money, it ain't going to be nothing nice. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.